perfect match. Sunspot activity matches temperature from, let's say, 1890s to 1970s. It's a perfect match. Okay, the first thing a skeptic is going to say, it's not perfect, number one. Number two, where did you get your data? And number three, if the black line is climate change detected on Earth, and the red line is something that's supposed to be causing it, why is the cause happening after the thing it was supposed to cause? So let's go ahead through those thrilling days of yesteryear on a website called realclimatechange.com, which is run by somebody who is a foam-at-the-mouth rabid climate change denier that did this graph. Now, this is the best he could do. Let's look at the source material proposed on the site. Now, I want to remind everybody, there are two ways to get a cult following. Do a really good job presenting hard evidence that's nearly impossible to refute unless you're bullshitting, or refute it by bullshitting and thin out people who will question you so that you literally cause more climate change believers on the other side. So here we go. This is the proposed monthly sunspot count, averaged out, 10-year means, that sort of thing, from 1885 to 1975. This is the curve that's presented on realclimatescience.com. I'm saying that because I'm verbally and overtly going to say, not only am I crediting this idiot, I'm going to make fun of him. So anyway, I want you to notice a couple of very basic starting points. We'll look at the 1965 drop to that level that's, let's say, halfway up the scale. It's actually a little bit above it. And these two peaks at approximately, we'll call it 1960 and 1955 as our benchmark points. This is the proposed filing of sunspot count. And remember, the assertion by climate change denialists is that we cannot cause global warming. It has to be caused by something else, and they yell, it's the sun. Okay, fine. So let's look at the temperature scale that this website proposed as being real. Now remember, the way you measure these is you count how many black dots, relatively speaking, you see on the surface of the sun and record them as reliably as you can from multiple locations and make sure you don't get them wrong, and that's about it. And temperature is measured with a fucking thermometer. So here's the thermometer, a century of global climate change, 1970 something, all the way back to 1890s or something, right? Now, you may have noticed it's only Northern Hemisphere from before 1890s or so, okay? But there's our data. Now, it's really blocky looking. Now, I'm going to go back. Now, we're going to look at what I'm going to call the plateau here. 1955 to, let's say, 1960. That's the wrong number, but we're going to use it as a baseline. And in this one, it shows the temperature change happening from, apparently, 1945 to 1950. So what happens is when you combine them, you literally get this graph where it shows sunspot activity, if you're going to believe this is cause and effect, being caused by the temperature on Earth. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out, emphasis added, is this dumbcock on his Real Climate Science blog page called realclimatescience.com literally shows us that we're supposed to sit here with data that was measured by literally thousands of people, temperature measurements, and at least hundreds of people trying to get the sunspot count correct. All right? Now, again, that means you'd have to find literally people collecting your data, you're attempting to curve fit, lying, and then using it anyway. But it's showing a delay effect of the temperature doing the plateau and then the sun changing behavior. Showing this, we'll call this, well, none of this graph actually matches. When you look at it this way, it actually forces you to see that. But let's say that this notch here matches this notch here, which is what they're proposing. That means the temperature change on Earth a decade earlier or more, which is a very big difference in time, by the way. If you're not aware of what a decade fucking is, it caused the sunspot activity. Now, when this is obviously on screen, on this person's blog page, he then jockeys the data over so it'll match anyway, even though it's a fucking lie. And people ask me, dead ass, ask me seriously, why I think that this should be called lying when you curve fit shit that's off by a decade and still doesn't fucking match. Okay, again, these websites seem to be going out of their way to prove to you that they're bullshitting so that they can thin out the herd of well, not... They don't want to deal with people who are going to... Basically, are you a denier or a skeptic? A skeptic would look at these graphs and say, I don't think they match well enough, and very importantly, I don't think they should be considered with each other. And also, I'd also like to say that if you're doing temperature measurement, you don't want to assume the temperature measurements are perfect. You look for trends as best you can, and we're talking plus or minus half a degree Celsius, that sort of thing. But the one thing you don't do is sit there and try to make them fit and declare victory when you have a temporal, that means time, change that's different. Are you a skeptic or a denier? A denier goes out of their way to do this, right? Well, what about skeptics? A skeptic would actually look at the previous graph and say, okay, is there a correlation or causation that makes sense in time-space? Well, no. But then again, the newer graphs don't show these curves matching at all the sunspot activity. They just don't. And what happened after the fact is that people said, well, then they're wrong. No, it's because we got more data from more temperature sources. We use proxy data, we use tree rings, we use everything we can to try to figure out what's going on. And when it doesn't match with your particular belief system, including scientists, they have a choice. Be a skeptic and a scientist, or be a denier, a denialist, and immediately throw out science. Or we can just grab the graphs, move them over, and play pigeon chess by yelling victory while acting like an idiot and taking a shit on the board. These websites that are supposed to promote your ideological reasoning, your bias about science being wrong or right, are all there to thin the herd. You're being herded. All right? Okay. And yeah, this is a very poor attempt. I don't even know why this was even thought of by this person as being a good idea. Again, I'm going to repeat this. The black line is the temperature on Earth observed primarily in Northern Hemisphere, but eventually all over the Earth, to try to figure out if there's a temperature problem. And the other line is sunspot activity, which was reliably recorded. Most likely the temperature recordings were unreliable, but they're not unreliable by a decade. They're unreliable by not getting enough data. Okay? And then someone says, well, it's a wash. No, it's not. Climate change denialists, not skeptics, are always lying. And they do it so that you'll follow them with religious fervor and make yourself into a pariah in your neighborhood or in your culture by screaming really loudly, vote Trump, when he's not even running that year. People are going to be wearing MAGA hats, not manga, and vote Trump hats 50 years from now, trying to trigger people, because they're going to be the okay boomers in the future. And they're going to look really fucking dumb. And someone out there is trying to make any skeptic, both directions, both sides, look stupid. Oh, by the way, the website this came from is filled with misspellings too. I thought I'd point that out. So anyway, yeah, climate change denial, almost 100% of the time, almost, is based on people fucking lying. Get over it. Bye.